What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time actually revolving around the current report that the Philadelphia 76ers have interest in Chris Paul. This is all being reported by Sam Quinn. Now, I think actually really do rate a kind of idea of maybe going out and getting Chris Paul, especially, you know, on the 76ers end, and maybe even Oklahoma's end, as I definitely feel like there could be a player that OKC will be very interested in, that I will be getting to in a very short second. Now, for those of you, who haven't heard, the Philadelphia 76ers ended up getting swept, and there's a big current report right now that if they were going to trade anyone out of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they were actually going to trade Ben Simmons, which really does frustrate me because even though Joel is a better player for the team, it's literally like a proven fact at this point that Ben Simmons is much more important than Joel. I mean, let's look at the facts like this. During the season, when Joel Embiid was injured and they had Ben Simmons running point with Al Horford at center, they were winning very, very consistent games. But then when Ben Simmons was injured and they just had Joel Embiid on the court, they were winning as many games as they were losing. And this was more evident when it came to the playoffs, when they ended up rolling around and they didn't have Ben Simmons, but they had Joel Embiid, and they ended up getting swept. I think it would have been pretty safe to say that if they actually had Ben Simmons and they didn't have Joel Embiid and they had Al Horford running center, I definitely felt like that team could have gotten a win or two rather than just being completely swept. So I really hate how the 76ers think about this. I know a lot of 76ers fans have their different opinions on who they should be keeping out of the two, but the reason why I'm getting to this is if they're going to get Ben Simmons, keep Ben Simmons and go out and get Chris Paul, I just don't necessarily know if I could see that happening. I think Ben Simmons is a lot more effective on the court, especially when they're running him at point guard. And I just don't know how I would like a team with Ben Simmons playing in that power forward position the whole entire time. Yes, he could guard it, etc., and do all that type of stuff, but I do just really like Ben Simmons playing at point guard, and I feel like Tobias Harris' more natural position is at power forward. But again, the 76ers think different to every other team and think he is a made small forward, which I just don't really like at all. I don't think Tobias Harris has been that good at small forward, and I think this has been a proven fact that, considering he was pretty decent his first season with Philadelphia when he got traded there as a power forward, and they were actually doing well with him there, and that's why they ended up giving him the max. But now starting him at small forward this season, it just hasn't really worked out at all, and he hasn't been that good compared to his previous season. So, again, I don't really rate this move at all, but one thing that I have seen theorized around is that if a trade could actually potentially be getting done, that would send Chris Paul to Philadelphia and could send Ben Simmons to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I just want to start off by saying, if the Philadelphia 76ers do this, they are stupid. It would just be so dumb. But again, knowing how their franchise has been operating the last couple of years and knowing how they think about Ben Simmons, I wouldn't be surprised if this deal actually was to get done, because let's face the facts, it doesn't look like they're too confident on Simmons, and they would rather Joel Embiid on the team, which just very much frustrates me, and I don't like it at all. And I would definitely be trading Joel over Ben Simmons, just based on the factors as well. I don't think they're going to be able to move Al Horford's contract, and I actually really liked when they ran Al Horford at center with Ben Simmons. I mean, the spacing was so much better than what it was with Joel and Simmons on the court. It was actually just, I don't know, it was a pretty interesting thing to watch, and I feel like Philadelphia fans rather really did like it. But what I could see would be a potential trade of Chris Paul, maybe a couple first round picks, and maybe another player for Ben Simmons. That's what it would most likely be. Obviously, Chris Paul's still a very good player, but his contract's not exactly that good, and he is getting a lot older. So even though Chris Paul is probably as good as Ben Simmons, I still feel like you're going to have to trade a lot more to get Ben Simmons to the team, just based on the fact that Simmons is still young and has a lot of potential, and if he improved his jump shot, could be one of the best players in the NBA. So, again, I feel like Chris Paul, maybe 2 or so first round picks, and who knows, maybe a player or something like that, would most likely get the deal done. But I said it before and I'll say it again, if the Sixers do this, they are absolutely ridiculously dumb. There is no way they should be trading Ben Simmons. It should not make any sense to me at all. But this is the current rumor, that they are looking and shopping around Simmons. So if they're interested in Chris Paul, I wouldn't be surprised if they would be looking to actually swap the guard for Ben Simmons. So Yeah, I really don't like this. I don't like it at all. I feel like Chris Paul doesn't make much sense, really. It wouldn't be the worst thing, but yeah, I just honestly think that Chris Paul and Ben Simmons, I don't know if they would work well together, because I wouldn't like to see Ben Simmons at power forward. Also, just based on the fact that I feel like if it was to get done, they would probably be looking to trade Ben Simmons away, which I'm not happy for at all. But if you guys are watching this and you're an Oklahoma fan, this would be the most ideal trade ever for Chris Paul. Like, if you guys were able to get Ben Simmons, oh my god, that would be... props to you guys. If you guys could get Ben Simmons for Chris Paul, like, that would literally mean you guys turned Russell Westbrook into a bunch of first-round picks and Ben Simmons, sorry. That would be a massive W for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But again, I just can't see a way where this was to get done. I think Philadelphia would be incredibly stupid to do it. And yes, they have made some stupid decisions, like not signing Jimmy Butler to that max, offering Al Horford that ridiculous contract, and offering Tobias Harris that ridiculous contract as well. I still feel like they wouldn't be dumb enough to do it. But again, flash forward in a couple months, we could be seeing this happening, and I'll be looking back on this video and thinking, oh my god. But again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Do you guys think the Sixers should be trading for Chris Paul? Do you guys think they're going to trade Ben Simmons away? And do you guys think they would trade him away for Chris Paul? Again, as I said, I think it would be absolutely ridiculous, but I'm sure the Sixers would probably think about it, because again, they've made some very dumb decisions recently. Elton Brand, I don't know if I really like how he's been going about it. Wouldn't be surprised if he was to even get fired. But again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on it down below. And yeah, if you guys are Sixers fans, would you partner up Chris Paul and Ben Simmons? Again, I would really like to know. But also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, EmmaIRL/Long Channels. Links for them will all be in the description down below. And definitely don't forget to check out my podcast as well. Links for that will also be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.